Hey everybody, Anissa here. I am hanging out with you all today sharing some beauty favorites because look, like honestly, real talk, if you're new to my channel, one, welcome. If you aren't, you know I really do like sharing things I really love and like. You all are like my besties. I can't have you all out there struggling when you go into the beauty store or go into like a Ulta or Sephora or anywhere. I want you to know what I'm using. Plain and simple. No secrets here. So if you're into beauty content and if you like these little type of videos, hang out, grab a snack. These tend to be a little bit more chit-chatty and lengthy with me and a few demos and swatches. So I hope you enjoy that and hang out with me today here. I'm excited to share everything. I've been like using everything. Chit-chat. I'll start off with brushes because I just was like, I don't know, like you gotta have good tools and I like finding really good brushes. And I'm gonna zoom you in so you can see them up a little closer. All right, so I got these, actually that one's not, that one's I had, but I'm gonna explain. All right, so these are like 3 new brushes I really picked up and love. The first one is this setting brush from Real Techniques. It fits perfectly like right into the areas where you need to set your powder. I don't like to do a harsh set. I used to do a really strong bake all the time, but honestly it's like my skin's changed a little bit and it will start looking like, oh my gosh, you know how they like when they like portray the vampires, like the hard skin, like it was starting to look like that. This is dense enough to pack it on, but the bristles like they taper and so you can really like sweep it on and blend out your setting powder. Is so important and it's not pricey at all. It's like right under $10 and I really like this one. They do sell it at Ulta. I did not see this at Target because I know they carry their brushes in other places. This one I had to go to Ulta to get. Next up are 2 Morphe brushes because who doesn't love Morphe brushes? People hate on Morphe brushes and I get it. I get it. I do. Everything. Like the private label, I get it. But you guys, they do have some bangers that don't break your bank account. One of them is this blush brush. Always have to slow down to say that. It's the Morphe E4. Dense enough, nice doming, and it really sweeps on the color. Like I can just do little circles and blend out my blush and really just feel like it diffuses on perfectly and it's no weirdness at all. Even when I've like loaded up the blush on the brush, it still like applies gorgeous. It also washes really well. I've washed it several times and it bounces back into shape. Not too much shedding here or there. You all can expect it, but it's not like clumps of bristles coming out. Also, I've like this fan brush, which is the Morphe M601, and I usually do use the 501 brush from Morphe. Like that is just like a tried and true, but I really like this to be able to sweep on like a highlight and like blend it out like a dream, and then I'll go back in and really like make it pop on the highest point of my cheek. I just like using multiple tools to impact the dense, like I don't know, impact, what's the best word, impact the way a product shows up on my face. So that is why I do use these 2 together. If it's like a day that I'm just not trying to do the most, this fan brush will just like sweep it on and keep it moving. So that's really good. The brushes do look a little scraggly on here, if you can tell. They do, but it honestly, it doesn't shed and it washes well, but they do look a little scraggly. So I'll probably end up trimming those a little bit, but just to let you know. So I ended up recently switching concealers and just starting to use only these ColourPop ones. I did not buy them during like the initial hype and launch because they were online only. And again, complexion products to me, they can either go so right or so wrong, and I really have to swatch them and know that I'm gonna like them. But I love these. One, price killer. It's like really easy price point. I love the formula and consistency of this. It gives me coverage. I can build up the coverage. It doesn't get to like that cement like finish. I know that was such a weird way to pronounce cement, Anissa. So they don't dry to like that cement like finish that some do. Even the Makeup Revolution ones, those dry down. These will give you like enough matte, but also give you a little more natural finish. And I love the shade range. So I use 40 and 42 for under the eye or spot complexion. I use like the 42 because it blends in pretty much perfectly. And for contour, I use shade 58. I picked them up at Ulta. You can pick them up at Ulta. I do suggest that so you can just swatch them and know that you're getting the right shade. You don't have to do guesswork. I know they have a tool on ColourPop's site to help you pick out your color, but I don't know. Sorry about my cat meowing in the background. She is sometimes doing the most. But yeah, I know they have the tool online, but I prefer to just go in person and swatch it and get exactly what I like. So I have a new like everyday like foundation for when I don't want to have like a beat face, which is the MAC Studio Water Weight. It has an SPF of 30. Also for complexion products, I picked up a few months back this MAC Water Weight foundation. It has an SPF of 30. It is really for me like the use of a tinted moisturizer. This is when I need a very quick face. Maybe I'm going to work and not needing to do the most or running errands. This does it. It is a lighter finish. It's more skin-like. It is not super mattifying. So if you do not like foundations like this is not for you. But if you want something like that's a little different than a tinted moisturizer but kind of does the same thing, this has that vibe for me. I like the dropper application. I'll get a little messy for y'all today. So it has a very liquidy like finish. And it's really thin. They really do mean it when they say water weight for this. If you have imperfections in your skin or pigmentation, it will show through with this, but if I'm really feeling insecure about that, I'll probably add in a little concealer. But most of the time, the reason why I'm wearing this is because I just want to kind of even out my tone and keep it moving. So this blush I've had for a while, but I rediscovered it. It is called Nightingale, and it's a Becca blush. This is really pretty, like, I don't want to call it purpley because that's like just too much to say, but it has some purple tones to it. I definitely picked up a lot. But I love the finish of this. I love the formula. Obviously, this is a really strong swatch, but I just do a light application of it, like not too much pressure. And I love how this looks on deeper complexions. Like a purple-like base blush on deeper complexions, everything. Everything. I know I said orange. I love orange blushes, but next would be like those purple like blushes. Okay, so I've been into glosses in such a major way. I will blame Fenty Gloss Bomb for like getting me back into glosses because for a while I was like matte lips or nothing else. But these from Milani I've recently picked up, and honestly, the reason why I picked them up, they look like the Kylie lip glosses, and someone asked me to review those, but I just didn't feel like picking those up. I don't know if I ever will. I may, you know, it doesn't really take much for me to buy makeup, but I only picked up 3 shades I felt like these would complement the most. This one is Gold Dust. This one here reminds me of what I thought of when I was into MAC's Oh Baby, just very like gold-like. And I'll put this on the lip. So you see it doesn't have a lot of pigment, but you can tell there's a little like gold flecks to it. They do tingle when you put them on. They do have a fragrance, so if you're not into that, you won't like these. The other one I picked up is Luminoso, like their infamous color, because y'all know if you've used that blush, it is just like a really good drugstore banger. And this looks really good and like peachy. So the shade Luminoso tends to read a little bit milky on me. This is something I would layer probably over like a nude lipstick for sure. And the last one has definitely been my favorite. This one's called Rosewood. It has more pigment. I don't feel like I need to layer it over something. I can wear it by itself, and I've reached for this one the most. So in all honesty, like this is the one I really highly recommend. Oh, perfect. So as you can see, it has much more pigment than the others. Even I'm swatching them on the back of my hand too. You can tell that this one has the most pigment compared to the other two. If you don't really care for pigment in glosses, these will be great for you. But if you're like me and you still do want a little bit more, this rosewood color is really pretty, and I can see this looking great on multiple skin tones. Another thing to note and be mindful, it does give a tingling sensation when you apply it, and it also does have fragrance. If you don't like glosses that do this, just skip this one. But it doesn't last very long, about a minute or two, and then everything kind of dies down. I've also been into things that help me do my makeup quicker. One of them has definitely been the Stila liquid eyeshadow. I have the shade Twig. I know there are so many drugstore versions of this, but I really do like the pigment in the Stila formulas. They tend to show up really well. They don't go on streaky, and they stay in place all day. This one is like a deep dark, like coppery bronze burgundy color, if I could describe it best. But it is kind of like just an easy neutral for me that I can wear. And if I'm not mistaken, let me think. No, I didn't wear it today. I wore it yesterday. But it's something I really reach for pretty much every day, and I can just pat it on, blend it out, add a little bit of a transition color, and keep it moving. This is also the time in the video I'm going to do the shameless plug. If you've been enjoying this beauty content, please go ahead and hit subscribe, the little red button down there. Help your girl out. I've developed in the past like 2 months a really huge addiction to small eyeshadow palettes. Like, I love the big ones, I really do, but that sounds so wrong. Fits in my makeup bag for every day in case I need to touch up on the go. And don't get me wrong, I love a huge palette, but sometimes I just need something small, quick, easy for me getting ready to go to work and getting through day by day. And I have a couple to share with you. My first one are the Kaja Beauty. These are exclusively sold in Sephora, and they're like based on Korean beauty. These are all shimmery. This one is the Orange Blossom, and I think they call it the, let me see if the name's on here. I think it's like the Bento Shadow Trio something. I don't know. But they're so cute. So they open up and they have this little mirror, and then you get your 3 colors stacked. Honestly, if you don't know yet because you're newer, I'm obsessed with packaging. These pack a lot of shimmer too. I'm wearing one on my lid today. Actually 2 colors from the other one I have that literally I reach for every day. But this shimmer on these are so pretty. Like, the camera's not going to do it justice because it just looks so good in person. They're very smooth. They give a lot of dimension, and the shimmer is so darn good. So like a lot of times what I'll do every day is I'll like layer this Stila shadow on, and then I'll pop something shimmery like this just to give it a little oomph as well. The other one I have is called Toasted Caramel, and it's a little deeper and richer and yummy looking. Of course, I've nearly messed up everything with these nails, but same packaging, but these colors are a little bit more like bronzy. Like, this is like my jam right here. Like, these are so pretty. Like, this just doesn't do it justice on camera. And these are like, they're just yummy and bronzy and golden and beautiful. Like, you guys, seriously. I hope you can really get at least a good feel for it. Again, in person, they are just so incredible. Doing these swatches on camera, again, they don't do it justice. Just trust me on this one. I'm so obsessed with these, and I like these for travel too. When I went to a baby shower in Maryland for my bestie, I packed these with me, and they were perfect. And they really hold up pretty well all day. I've been wearing the same shadow since around 11 a.m. and it is still looking good. Okay, next up is this Natasha Denona. This is the Mini Star palette. You guys, if you are into makeup and you watch a lot of YouTube, you see a lot of people rant and rave about these. However, they are pricey AF. So I decided to settle and just get a little mini one. This is just one of those basic color schemes that I know I'll like, and they're easy to wear. And you get 2 mattes and these 3 shimmers, and again, really nice size, like fits in the palm of your hand. You can travel with it pretty easy. Now onto the real tea. They are beautiful shades, do not get me wrong. They swatch great. I'll pick some on the back of my finger. I'm running out of space to swatch, but that's them there. These are the colors right here, like those 3 shimmers in that palette. And as you see, they're beautiful colors, but I don't know, guys. It's just like, they're good. I don't know if I feel like this price point I need to spend for the full palette. Maybe one day I will, if someone wants to give me one and gift it. My birthday's in November, or you could just get it for me. But no, all jokes aside, don't feel pressured by what you see a lot of gurus out here raving about. These are great shadows, but there are so many other ones on the market within the same color schemes that do just as great of a job. So don't go broke trying to look cute and buy everything that you see put up here on YouTube. They are a smooth formula. The matte is a really smooth formula. They blend like a dream. They're good. Do I regret getting this mini palette? No, because it wasn't too pricey. I think this one's like $25. So for what it is a little pricey, but for the fact that I know I'll use it, I'm okay with that. However, you all won't see one of those huge palettes being used on this channel anytime in the near future. The last mini palette I picked up was from Morphe. It's the 3B Pure Nude. You just get 3 mattes, very easy to use, for like $6. I have picked this one over the smokier version because, again, this was just quick and easy for every day. So now, like, these will be like in my transition and corner. I pop in the Stila one, and then I'll add in some shimmer from Kaja just to amp it up, and I can do an eye look in less than like 5 minutes. The only color that can be a little fussy for me is this velvet one. I'm a little weird about these mauve tones on my complexion. Do they look terrible? No. Are they my favorite? No. But for $6, this is a quick little banger, and again, I can create a very quick 5-minute eye and get my butt out the door so I can sit and drop it and go to work. I did, of course, have to give more money over to Fenty Beauty, and I picked up the bronzer in Cocoa Naughty, and I have been putting this bad boy to use. If you can tell, like, the FB is gone. I love this bronzer. It adds enough warmth, but it does not oxidize weird throughout the day. This is something, again, that is on my face currently, and I've had this face on now for like 12 hours, and it has stayed really nice. It blends into everything well. This one, y'all know, Fenty does not come to play, and I appreciate it so much. All right, if you know anything about me, I love bronzer palettes. The last one I featured was this one from Beauty Bakery. I'm still using it, but I have 2 others I've been reaching for very quickly to do my makeup. Again, keeping my face under 15 minutes so I can get on with my day. This one is a splurge, y'all. So, like, I'm going to be honest. This may not be your cup of tea, but I do really like the formula of the Charlotte Tilbury, what is it called? Glowgasm Face Palette for skin and eye gilding highlighters. So I'm always here for these because these type of palettes you can use in so many ways. You can use these, of course, as your cheek color, your bronzer, your highlighter, your blush, but you can use them on your lid. So it's like if you were ever stranded on a deserted island, you would want this and some mascara and you'll be good to go. But this one, the bronzer, I still like my Fenty bronzer right now the most, but this one is not that bad. The payoff is a little odd on it for me. I'm gonna just start picking them up on the back of the finger. But the highlighter I really love, and these like blush and cheek illuminators, really love those. These are these bad boys up close. They're pretty brown girl friendly. I think if they really want to be even more friendly, they would have 3 versions of this palette. But I love these like cheek illuminators and this highlighter. They're so yummy looking. This again is something that helps me keep the face routine pretty quick and easy. And I'll just use my blush brush, pick up these 2, and really just sweep on some color just to give my face and cheeks some really good glow. Then I'll go back in with the highlighter and just sweep it down. These really blend well on the skin. There's no weird buildup. It melts into the skin. I think that's the best way I can say that, because it really ends up looking like a really natural flush and glow. Again, my only con is just the skin tone friendliness of it. They have like a light complexion one. This one's like the medium deep one, but I think they need another one to be a little bit more chocolatey friendly, and it would be great. But the payoff, the quality of it, I have no qualms with that. It is limited edition, so if this is something you want to have, you better get it before it's gone. And that is a con, because I think these makeup companies, they need to have things like this all the time. This shouldn't be limited edition. This is so usable. They could make a ton of money on it. Just stop making them limited edition. Like, stop. So annoying. Something I'm still using, I just want to let y'all know, are definitely like highlighter drops. I like to mix these into my foundation or use them underneath my foundation to amp up the glow. And again, really quick, you don't have to worry about a lot of blending, pretty fuss free. I still love the Cover FX ones. This again is a splurge. I know I've had a lot of splurges in these videos, but trust and believe, if I'm splurging on a product and I'm talking about it, I really liked it and I felt like my coin was pretty well worth it. These are two matte colors that have been in heavy rotation for me when I do want a matte bold color. The first one is called Cranberry Stiletto, and it is from Beauty Bakery. I have yet to finally try their like lip products. Some of them I just feel like I already have colors, but this color, once I swatched it, had my soul. And look at her. She is inky and pretty. The formula is pretty lightweight on the lips and comfortable to wear. They do have a lot of shades, so if you're just getting into makeup, you may find something that's a little bit more of a splurge, but again, the formula is pretty comfortable. It doesn't bleed out immensely for me. Liquid lipsticks, to be honest, have a tendency to bleed pretty easy on me, and I will usually try to have a liner complementing it to wear just to prevent that. But this one, I really enjoyed this color a lot. I also picked up another Fenty lip color. What else is new? I'm like, I want them all, to be honest, but like I have to be realistic about it. But I grabbed the color Unlocked. I love a good bright pink color. And this one just was like, all right, I just need to get ready for the summer with this. And that is the swatch. So that's Unlocked right there. Unlocked is a very wearable bright pink, but just like the Uncensored, the red from there, these do tend to bleed out on me, so I just have to be really careful when I'm applying them. But once they're on the lips, they're really comfortable. The payoff and wear time is really good too. And I mean, again, just Fenty, here's my money, Fenty. Take it all. Like, leave me some. But you know, I got a real life Fenty addiction. Now, the last thing is something I picked up last year, but it is a splurge product that I'm still using, which is the Custom Enhancer Drops from Cover FX. Just in general, here's the moral of the story. These liquid highlighters, they have them in high-end, they have them on drugstore end. They are really good at helping you do really quick makeup. And how I do it is I just wash my face, prep my skin, throw on my primer, and I usually put these again in the high points of the area just to bring forth the glow. And they blend out really easy. So whether you're applying it underneath your foundation, mixing it in with your foundation, or on top, it's a really easy way to have a highlighter. So that is something you need for your summer glow. Just a liquid highlighter. Doesn't have to be this one, but you need a liquid highlighter. What is it? Wet n Wild has a good one, so I'll link that down below for you all too. Alright guys, I've gone through everything I've recently been using with you all, so you know all my latest glam details. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. This is stuff I spent my own coin on and my unfiltered opinion, so I hope you appreciate that. If you did, you know what to do. Give this video a thumbs up and like it. And if you want to hang out with me again, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, join the subscriber tribe, come on in, and hit the bell notification so you will know about my uploads. Down below in the description box will be links about everything I chatted about here, and also ways to connect with me outside of YouTube on IG. You can join my mailing list, and I appreciate that if you all do. If you have questions or just want to say hey, the comment box down below, just hop down there and we'll continue this chat about everything in this video. And I hope to see you again soon and hang out with you again. Stay glamorous, stay blessed. I will see you next time. Bye.